like you did.
It doesn't. There we go. Now let's start.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to our webinar, and this is OnPassive Go Founders. We are in it to win it, and right now we're going to be starting this presentation. It's going to be given to you by the one and only gentleman who has been in the business industry for way over 31 years. He is a retired computer engineer, ladies and gentlemen. He is a family man, and he calls himself a man on a mission. It's my honor to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Charles Osong.
Thank you so very much, Senge. We miss you. Hopefully, you're not going to leave us again. Just keep coming, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Ethel, for the great job welcoming the guests. We appreciate your services. And I want to welcome everybody in the panel. I want to welcome our founders, but I also want to welcome especially our guests here today. If you're a guest, you're coming here for the first time, you're never going to forget this day. September 28, 2021. It's going to be a day for you to remember, believe me. If you can feel the excitement in the air, it's because things are happening and they're happening fast. I am going to be introducing you or telling you about this once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. It's a daunting task, but I believe I am up to that task. And the way I do it is I tell you my story. Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And I'm in the mood to not remember, okay? Been in the US for over 36 years, left Africa, came here to be a medical doctor, and I quickly changed my mind that that's not for me. And I went into the IT field. Been working for so long in the IT, making relatively good money, yet I always found myself wanting. Why? Because I have a big family, both in the United States and outside of the United States. So I've always looked for ways to make extra money. Long time ago, I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people on earth, and he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That statement, every time I go to sleep, I'm thinking about it. Am I going to work until I die, or am I making money as I'm going to sleep? Okay. I decided just close to 5 years ago, I decided to tender my resignation for corporate America. Not because I had money. As a matter of fact, I recall a colleague of mine looking into my eyes and saying, Charles, you're a very fortunate dude. You're a blessed man. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I'm retiring because I need money. I have been working for so long, and I can't seem to save up the kind of money that I would love to. And that's why I'm retiring. I recall Robert Einstein saying, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, and you expect different results, that is his definition of what? Insanity. And I agreed with him 100%. That's why I decided to retire. So I found myself a little office space in Maryland, in Greenbelt, in the United States, of course. And close to 3 years ago, a very trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, there is this opportunity that I want you to take a look at. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I've been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this. You bring an opportunity to them, they take a look at it before turning it down so that they can make an informed decision. I pretended to be one of them that day. And I told my friend, yes, I'm going to take a look at this. But first, I have 3 questions for you, prerequisites. You're going to determine whether or not I look at it. It's going to save you time, maybe save me time. So I asked him, with this opportunity, will I be able to make money if I cannot recruit? If I cannot sell to even one person, will I be able to make money? And when I say money, I mean real money. If you recall, I had retired. So I had time freedom. But I was still looking for financial freedom. Because when you have those two, then you can confidently say I have total freedom. So I asked my friend that day, if I cannot recruit or sell, will I be able to make that kind of money, the kind of money that will give me that financial freedom that has been ever elusive from me? And he said to me, Charles, let me assure you, you will be able to make enough money to leave a legacy for your children, your children's children, and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. So I said, okay, let's go to question number 2. With this opportunity, am I going to have to come out of pocket every month, month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it autoship. Will I have to pay a monthly autoship? And he said to me, Charles, when this company launches, in other words, they were still in pre-launch. And he said, when this company launches, you are going to have to come out of pocket once, and that's it. I was beginning to like this a lot, but I had one more question. The last but not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, something that we need on a daily basis. Think about your cell phone. In this day and age, you don't have your cell phone, guess what? Life is miserable. Think about internet access, Wi-Fi. Anywhere you go, the first thing you want to know, do you have Wi-Fi? What's the password? No Wi-Fi, life is miserable. That's what I mean by viability. And just so you know, if a company doesn't have viable products, believe it or not, that company is a time bomb. It is just a matter of time before it falls. I've been part of plenty of those. And I know a bunch of you have been part of plenty of those. So that's why I asked my friend that day, do they have legitimate, viable products? And he looked up at me and said, Charles, you have an extensive IT background. You will be able to understand these products better than me. And I said, why not? I'll go take a look at them. I did. And when I came back to him, I said, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we are going to have an internet quake. We are going to have a shakeup, total shakeup of the internet. Believe it or not, it is about to happen. But I told my friend that day, we're going to have to wait for a long haul, maybe 5 years, maybe 6 years before it happens. My friend did not like that because it's like all of us, human beings. We like instant gratification. We like money today. So my friend asked me, Charles, he was a little upset. He said, Charles, why would you say that? I said, well, you told me to take a look at it. I did. And I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short. In every step of the development process, they're doing something we call sprints in technology, in IT. But in every step of that development process, they're using artificial intelligence. Now, AI is a disruptive technology. And what do I mean by that? a technology that comes every once in a while, and it'll change our lives. Like the internet. In other words, it'll disrupt what we do. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. For those of you who are in IT or software development specifically, you agree with me that that is time consuming. So I told my friend, we are simply going to have to buckle up, fasten our seatbelts, and enjoy this roller coaster. But I told him, I don't care how long it is going to take. I want to be part of this company right now. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life. I'm not going to go there, but I remember those. I wasn't going to miss out on this one for no length of time and at no cost. So I asked him, how much is it going to cost me to become part of this company, to be a founder now? And I was expecting him to give me some huge amount of money, maybe $20,000 more. I didn't care. I had credit cards. Thankfully, in the United States, we do not need cash. All we need are some plastics. And I had a few of those at the time. So I asked him, how much is it going to cost me? And he looked at me and said, Charles, believe it or not, $97, 97. I was flabbergasted. I said, you've got to be kidding. You couldn't drive all the way up to my office to be messing with me. He said, nope, I'm serious. I said, okay, well, here is my card. Put it on there. By the time we were done, it had costed me $102. So yes, there is a $5 fee that the bank will charge you, but it is $97. I told him, big deal. Consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 5 or 6 years to be monitoring this business. Do me a favor. Call me, text me, email me. Do whatever it takes. Get me informed so I can get more involved when they are closer to launch. He said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, why not? 1 week later, I hopped on the call, and there was Mr. Ash Mofara in a Zoom call just like this. Mr. Ash Mofara is the CEO and founder of this great company. Mr. Ash Mofara, for those of us who have been around for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you, he's going to help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. As you come to join us, my friends, you will find out there are quite a few geniuses out there. There's Bill Gates, there's Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, okay, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. All of these guys, they have the brains. Yes, they do. But do they have the heart? As you come to join us, you will find out that not only does our CEO have the brains, but he also has their heart. And that is why most of us leaders, we resonate with him. And we are so passionate about the business. Okay, but mind you, I was listening to him that day for the very first time. And he comes on and he says, folks, we are closer to launch than ever. And I'm confused. I'm sitting in my head. I'm like, okay, what is this dude saying? Just about 8 months ago, I told my friend, we are going to be waiting for the long haul. All of a sudden, it comes on and he's telling us we are closer to launch. Whom is he kidding? I know exactly what they're doing. Can't be that fast. But the least I did was it got my attention. Got my attention. And I was listening keenly. And he went on. He said, we've gone to Bangalore in India. Back in the day, we had Bangalore. Now, if you look behind me, you're going to see a building. It says OnPassive on it. This building is in high-tech city. It's in Hyderabad in India. This building was leased for 9 years by OnPassive in December of 2020. At the time, this building was non-existent. Mr. Mofara had gone to Bangalore, leased 2 floors in a high-rise building, and then he went on. We have hired 200 engineers, the best of the best, the cream of the crop. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, with this, most startup companies are going to have what? 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. But Mr. Mofara goes to the source. When I say source, India, for most of you who are familiar with IT, they are the best in the game. It goes to the source. He didn't get 20 or 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. Yeah, the best of the best. And they are not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. They are working around the clock. They are taking turns, right? Working in shifts. So in my mind, I'm saying, yes, with this kind of a resource, you are able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, you are able to do in 2 or 3 years what is scheduled to take 5 or 6 years. So my belief factor goes off the roof, and I'm listening keenly. And he said, there have been some unethical people, some founders, you and I, that have done some things not so right. So we're going to come up with something called an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And when you see those NDAs, sign them up. It's the only way you can be part of us. 2 months later, he called up another meeting and he said, folks, NDAs are out, go sign them up. I went back, took a look at that document, very long document, you're gonna come to see it. I am not an attorney, not by any stretch of the imagination, but by the time I was done reading that document, it occurred to me that this is that time. It occurred to me, this is serious business. This is the time I told my friend to call me, text me, email me. So I need to roll up my sleeves. I need to get on board right away. We are about to change humanity. We are about to change mankind. And I want to be part of that revolution. So I called up a few friends to my office. I said, my friends, we're going to have to spread this word massively. Those who have ears can hear. Those who don't, we have done our part. And we decided upon Zoom. Thanks to technology with Zoom, all you need is a smart device, a smartphone, a laptop, an iPad, doesn't matter. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa. Once you have those two, you're on. Okay? Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, that I just mentioned to you guys a few moments ago. He graduated with a master's in e-commerce. He went back to Harvard, studied online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, that disruptive technology I just mentioned. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic is a reason. All of us can dream today. Traffic is a reason. We can invite you all to dream with us today. So what is traffic? It is so important. Let's spend a couple of minutes on traffic. Traffic is the most fundamental element in any business. Doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But I do know most of us here, we have an age. Most of us here are digital immigrants. So we are more used to traditional businesses, offline businesses. So let's start there. Let's say you have a business offline. And it can be any business. It can be a restaurant, it can be a car dealership, it can be a hair salon, doesn't matter. But I just want it to be a restaurant. Only because I love food. And I do know everybody eats at some point in time, everybody. So you have a restaurant, and I have the same exact restaurant. Same kind of restaurant, same kind of food. In fact, same chef. The only difference is what? Location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area. It's in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant, on the other hand, is hidden. It's in a back alley. Yours is going to fare better than mine, and here is why. People are going to come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall. Eventually, they will get hungry. They will look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they are going to have to know it is there. They are going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what then is traffic? The people, the customers coming in and out of your business. It is that simple. What about traffic online? But before I go there, I want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have that offline business like the restaurant I just mentioned, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you are going to be smoked by your competition. I'm going to tell you a little story. A few months ago, my wife and I, we went out, we found ourselves in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're just like, where are we? We need to eat. I'm hungry. Okay, we're both hungry. So what did we do? Google. What's the nearest restaurant to us where we are? And then we just picked one. Got over there, restaurant is packed. And I can assure you, we were not the only ones that got there because of online search. That's what we're talking about. So in this day and age, you must have an online presence. But the reverse is not true. There are businesses very successful online, do not need an offline presence. Typical example, Amazon, one of the richest companies, in fact, the richest company on earth, I should say. The CEO, Jeff Bezos, is the richest guy on earth. Therefore, the company has to be the richest company on earth with no offline presence. So today, in this day and age, we have millions upon millions of businesses offline, millions of them. But guess what? We have more of them online than we do offline. Billions of them. And all of them thrive on traffic. That means no traffic, they will die, they will fold. But what is online traffic? My friends, clicks. You go online, you have a business online, and you need to make a sale. The first thing that needs to happen, someone has to come and click. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have businesses online, such as Google. All they do is send traffic, people, to all these businesses, and they are making a killing. And then we have something called targeted traffic. Targeted traffic, what is that? Say you go online and you're searching for a TV, and somebody walks behind you and say, hey, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And the moment you get there, all you see are TVs, all sorts of TVs, all colors, all prices. Chances of you buying very high. Well, guess what? That store just got itself a targeted traffic. Somebody, some customer looking for what it has to offer. Our CEO and founder is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. And that is why I told you all, because of traffic, we can dream today. He proved himself. When he graduated, he got involved in a few companies. Yes, he did. He drove traffic to them, targeted traffic. He made some millions doing that. It is true. Those companies make a lot of money too. But most of them went out of business. Why? Remember I told you guys in the beginning, any business with no viable products is a time bomb. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, who is also in IT, they're going to sit down and say, you know what? We need to stop bringing people, customers, to businesses that will eventually fold. We need to start our own. We need to get legitimate, viable digital services. We need to get founding members, you and I, and we're going to drive traffic to them. They are going to make money. We are going to make money. Everybody's happy. And that's the birth of OnPassive. So just over 3 years ago, and I said 3 years ago, very important, because there was no COVID-19. There was no coronavirus. These guys were just visionaries. They want to sit down and say, hey, we're starting our own business. The world has close to 8 billion people. And at any point in time, statistics show that 7 million of those 8 billion people are online doing something. Now, today, because of COVID-19, you can multiply that number by 10 or more. But 7 million at a time is still a lot. These people are online every minute. These people are looking for services, digital services. What kind of services are they looking for so that we can provide these services? What kind of services? Well, some of us online, we're doing online banking. I do that sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day. And I know a lot of you do that too. And when we do these things, there are people online, businesses online that monetize on our services. So these guys are gonna say, you know what? We have AI at the back of our hands. We are gonna do that too, and we are gonna make it better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media platform, right? LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, we are exchanging what? Texts, photos to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Guess what we're doing? What is the service of Facebook? It's called community. As you come to join us, you're going to find out we have our own community, and it is growing rapidly by the minute. More than 942,000 right now. These guys are saying, hey, with AI, we can make that better. And that's what we're doing. Some of us online are doing e-commerce, email marketing, drop shipping, bulk emailing. Did you guys know that there are people online doing email marketing, making 6 and 7-figure income annually? Yes, I know that because I thought about it once upon a time. Well, these guys are gonna say, you know what? With AI, we can do all of these things, auto-responding, even better. Some of us online, we have video conferencing, right? Zoom, for example. If you can see me or you can hear me, it means you went somewhere, you know, put in some ID, you went to some zoom.com somewhere, put in some ID, and there you are. We're talking. We're seeing each other. The founders of Zoom, as we speak, are monetizing on our services. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype. We have AnyMeeting. We have Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of more than 25 of them making serious money, especially after the pandemic. Okay? Now, Zoom is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly. But not for long. You guys wait. You wait until we launch our own webinar platform. We call it O Connect. Those of us who have been founders for some time, we've been able to see a sneak peek of it. It is clearer, 3D. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. But let's focus on Zoom because it is still their day. We have a few months to launch. So they have a few months to take control of the market. Okay, let's focus on that. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. Same company took a statistic. April 1st, 2020, that number had risen to over 300 million participants. Believe it or not. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine, most of us know who they are. They came up with a report saying Zoom has made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. My friends, do you guys know why? Ever since the pandemic, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. So those of us parents who don't know how to use Zoom or whatever, we are struggling. We've got to learn it so we can show our kids. No choice. I have seen pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual prayer services. Yes, virtual weddings, all kinds of stuff. So the world is going virtual. And OnPassive is simply going to help us monetize. That's it. Now let's talk about another virtual service, Virtual Private Network, VPN for short. What is that? It's a fancy name, my friends. It's a fancy name for a tunnel. A tunnel that cuts across any major network, such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data in a secured manner without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies, Microsoft, Facebook, all of them, even the federal government, asking employees to work from home more and more. What does that mean? That means somebody, somewhere, is monetizing on their services. And these guys at OnPassive are saying, we are going to have our own VPN, AI-driven, organically from scratch, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. When OnPassive launches, I can assure you, my friends, the big players in this VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. Now let's talk about another service, search engine optimization, SEO, right? Sounds like a mouthful. But what is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. Those of us Apple enthusiasts will know of Safari. And all of us should know of Google. Yeah, it's a household name these days. Want to know something? Google it. You can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day, free of charge. You can go to Google to get one email address, 10, 20, 100, free of charge. We go to Facebook in and out all the time, free of charge. You go to YouTube, post a video, free of charge. So all these techie companies, free of charge, right? Yet They are the richest companies on earth. They are multi-billion-dollar companies. Yeah, well, here's a multi-billion-dollar question I have got for you. How do they make money then? Let's take Google, for example. Most of us don't care how they make money, right? We don't know and we don't care. Why? It's none of our business. But let me tell you this, because OnPassive is going to help us make money the same way that they do. You go to Google to search for something. It doesn't matter what it is. Let's say it's a camera, only because I have a camera through them. I do market my camera. The moment you type camera, a bunch of them are going to pop up. You select one. Guess what? If it is from my store, for example, you just costed me money. You don't have to buy it. They call it pay-per-click. That means you market something with us, a customer comes looking for that item. We are going to optimize our search, hence the term search engine optimization. We're going to bring it to the top, eyeballs, so they can see it. The moment they see it, boom, you got to pay us, right? If your item is not of high quality, enough quality for them to purchase, that is your business. If it is too pricey, that is your business. Our job is done. And they call it pay-per-click. So they've got my credit card on their database, their file. At the end of the month, they simply go and look at how many clicks went to my business. Boom, they charge me. And I'm paying Microsoft too. Why am I paying Microsoft? Bill Gates bought over a company called Bing, revamped it. People like us have to pay him month in, month out. I'm also paying GoDaddy, a company called GoDaddy. Why am I paying GoDaddy? I do have a bunch of domain names. Every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, .net, .info, those are domain names, and someone has to host them. And those companies that host them make serious money. Imagine I told you billions upon billions of companies online. Now, OnPassive is going to help us monetize using domain name, also DNS, using AI every step of the way. OnPassive is going to help us monetize using AI to do the search engine optimization, right? You're going to be able to drive traffic to our website. My friends, when OnPassive launches, the big players in this space like Google, Microsoft, they are going to know there is a new kid on the block. Yes, they will know. What am I doing, or what have I just done? Listing to you the digital services that OnPassive is putting together. And there are many of them, about 50 of them. But guess what? I just gave you the ones that you and I are familiar with, the ones that you and I use every day. There are more. Virtual educational services, platform, tracker, application. There are more of them, okay? Human resource, HR. However, those ones not everybody needs, right? Because if you don't work for a big corporation, you don't need to know about HR. You don't need to know about accounting software. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter where you work at, you need social media. You need those services. That's why I bring these ones to you guys, so you can relate to them. Okay, what is OnPassive doing? OnPassive says, hey, it's simple. You are a business person, an individual, you need a service online. Guess what? We have them for you. One umbrella. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And by the way, they are integrated. No company on earth has ever succeeded in doing this. I told you guys earlier, with OnPassive, you do not have to recruit. You can seal your lips, don't talk to one person, and you are going to be successful. Very successful for that matter. With OnPassive, you do not have to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay some bill. With OnPassive, we have, in this day and age, the best legitimate digital viable products you can think of. If you find all three of these in one company, any one company out there, please contact any one of us in this platform today, and we are going to be your first customer. I promise you. This is value, okay? Now, with this much value, What is it going to take for you to become a founder today? I told you guys earlier, when my friend came to me, it was $97. Today, for a limited time only, I say so because we are soon approaching our semi-launch, sort of soft launch, right? When that time happens, the price might go up. So you might want to jump on board. If you're a guest here today, you want to jump on board to save yourself some money. So for a limited time only, you can still come in at $97. And now, once you pay your $97, what happens next? Financially, nothing. Yes, you may want to share with your friends and family, just like we've done with you, because you want to have them also. Or you can just wait. Wait until we launch to the public in a few months' time. And when we launch to the public, you're going to have to come out of pocket one last time, between $200 to $300. And that makes you a customer of the company. We are going to be a product of the product. My friends, we are a subscription-based company. We are here today because we want to make monthly residual income. And we cannot have monthly residual income without monthly subscription. Oh, by the way, that money that you pay when we launch is a monthly subscription. But guess what? How lucky are we? We are only going to pay once. And after that, AI goes to work on our behalf, bringing us customers, bringing us commission. At the end of 30 days, OnPassive is going to pay our subscription on our behalf, and the balance of that money we can take home. And as you can imagine, with time, that money is going to be increasing because guess what? The customers will be increasing with time, and the customers ain't going nowhere. Why? Because of the value. Because all of that at this very small price. All of that. I just told you guys earlier, I'm paying Google averagely $400 a month. I'm paying Microsoft. I'm paying GoDaddy. I'm paying Zoom. Just Google alone, $400 a month. With OnPassive, those customers are going to pay between $200 to $300 a month, and that's it. And they're going to have not just one of these services, all of them in one bundle. So believe it or not, they come in, they're not going anywhere. They're going to bring their brothers and sisters, their friends, family members, and we are going to monetize big time. This is a revolution in the making. You want to be part of this today. Now, let me say one more thing, and we're going to go to Q&A. There is risk in every business, and OnPassive is no exception. What is our risk? $97. And our CEO has made it less of a risk. So it is a 30-day risk, right? Because, well, let me put it this way. It is a risk after 30 days. Because the first 30 days, you can get your money back. You pay your $97, you come in, you don't like what you see or what you hear, well, guess what? Say, I want my money back. And it will be returned, it will be refunded to you, no questions asked. Okay? But after 30 days, guess what? That is your risk, $97. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't want to risk $97, no problem. No problem at all. You wait until we launch and you come in, because you will have to come in. You don't have to pay that $97. But let me just tell you this. When you look at these big companies out there today, Facebook, Microsoft, all of them, Google, you can still be part of them. You can make money. You can go out and buy some shares, wait a few years. You might get lucky. It might double, triple, or even quadruple. But are you going to make the kind of money that the founders make? The people that make those kind of money are those that come in, timing and positioning, come in the beginning, had the vision, position themselves before it goes public. Once the world knows about it, too little, too late. So I want to say this to you guys. By virtue of your timing and your positioning, by virtue of knowing somebody who happens to be part of us, you are here today. Take advantage or you're going to regret it. Okay? Now, we're going to go to Q&A, but before we do that, I'm going to call up on a couple of my panelists here Marina, Andy Burks, if they have a word or two, okay? And then we're gonna go to Q&A. The way it's gonna work, we're gonna bring our guests to the panel. I know we usually have the chat open, but somehow Zoom has been acting up and chat is not available. So if you are a guest and you have any doubts or you need some clarification or whatever it is, questions that you may have, we are gonna be here. We are gonna take all the questions, okay, until there are no questions left, right? But before we do that, I want to see if any of these panelists, Marina, Andy, if you guys have a word or two to say before we can move to that. And by the way, I also have Mr. Oliver Fonte here today, who's in IT, and he's gonna be helping us take some questions so we can see his own insight, right? We do have, he's been with OnPassive for quite some time. He gets it. He gets how big this business is, and he's always excited to share, right? So we have an additional person on the panel because a lot of our usual panelists are not here today. So we have very, very capable people here to take your questions. Marina, do you have a word or two?
Charles, hello Africa, hello world. It's really awesome having you here. We got a really great attendance, and that is because there is such like momentum with OnPassive. As Charles mentioned, we are like pushing to 1 million founding member accounts. It's going to be like in no time we'll hit 1 million in pre-launch. Now, what I want to say, there's so much to talk about OnPassive, but I don't want to take up a lot of time. I want to leave you with this. If you have asked for a break in life, if you're looking for that one thing that is going to give you total time and financial freedom, you have come to the right place. There's no coincidence that you found yourself on this webinar tonight. And I encourage you, get signed up as a founder. You will not regret it. Believe me, if you're not a founder with OnPassive, you will be using the products eventually. It's because we've got a portfolio of products and we're forever designing and creating new products and tools and services that everyone needs. All our products, as Charles said, are viable. It's products that we need, but much more affordable. And the difference is with OnPassive, you get paid to use the products and you get to earn residual income where you can leave a legacy that you can be proud of. So I encourage you to get on board, get back to the person who invited you to this webinar, sign up with them, and just get plugged in and welcome to a family, because this is not just another business. You get to join a family that of like-minded people. We're sharing our dreams and aspirations, and there's going to be abundance, as our CEO said. Whatever your financial goals are, that's a done deal. What are you going to do afterwards? And that is where we as founders will help our CEO to contribute to turning poverty into prosperity around the globe. So thank you very much. I'm very excited to see Oliver here as well. Thank you, Charles. It was a great presentation. I actually look forward to that. I haven't heard one of yours in a while. Things have been different. And Andy, always a delight to have you on board. Thank you to Senga and Ethel. You guys do a really wonderful job. It's so much like great energy. So I'm going to let Oliver say a few words. I know, Andy, you always got to go last, because that is like, we always got to leave the best for last, you know. You always complain, I'm last again. But Oliver, because you are, I'm so glad to see you here with an IT background like Charles. Just give the guests a few words coming from your perspective. Thanks.
Yeah, hi everybody. I just want to say thanks to Mr. Charles, Senge, Etta, Andy, Marina. I just want to say thank you all, and we'll be here to share our ideas or answer questions from our guest. But like Mr. Charles just said, that please come on board. This is the only and the end station for any kind of business you can think about. That everything is done for you and you make money. You know, if you want to talk about traffic, the traffic that you have the traffic, and it's a business that your life has been cemented, your future. You know, the products are something that you can't even explain. They are unbeatable. These are products that are in the market that OnPassive took it to the next level. So please come on board. Everything is done for you. You have targeted traffic that will come to your domain. and their future will be the best. And it's going to be a residual income, and you will build a dynasty for your generation to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver. That was great. That was that's just a bottom line. In reality, we don't have to say much in OnPassive, to tell you the truth, right? And I just want to say before Andy comes in that the guests here, I just want you to know the people that have invited you here, they love you. It's not because they need you, to tell you the truth. They are set. If you are a founder with OnPassive, whether you have one person with you or not, you are set for life. And not just you, you and your family. Most of us invite our friends, our loved ones. Personally, I haven't invited anybody for about a year right now, to tell you the truth, because I know I have talked to everybody I know that I can think of. And I just talked to you once. I talked to you once. You don't come, that's your business. The only reason I do that is because I don't want family and friends to shortchange me when we start making the money. I want them to make their own money, okay? But if I've talked to you and you don't come, I will not let you shortchange me when the time comes. It's that simple. Now, back to you, Andy.
Thank you very much. Hi, panelists. Great to see everybody again. I get asked a number of questions. And the first one I get asked generally is, oh, you've got 930 odd thousand people already that have become founders. It's too late for me. I'm not at the top of the tree. Well, let me just put things into perspective here, because in our first year, it is anticipated that we will have well over 100 million customers that will come on board and use these products. Now, as Marina said, we're going to get paid to use our email. We're going to get paid to use social media. This system is absolute genius. And as I said, we're anticipating over 100 million customers in our first year. Well, we have less than 1 million founders today. That means we're in still less than the top 1% of the first year's customer base. First year. Now we have a potential customer base of over 4.5 billion. And even if we only did 2% of that 4.5 billion, we're still well within the top 0.5% of the total company. That's incredible. How would you like to be in the top 0.5% ownership of Microsoft? Oh yeah, absolutely. But I love the simplicity of this. I am not technically minded. I haven't got a clue how these things work. I can't build a website. I can't register a domain name. I have no clue as to how to set up a capture page or any of this. This is all done for us. So the simplicity of this is that the company will register you a domain name. They will build you a website. They will drive specific targeted traffic, as Charles has mentioned, search engine optimization, etc. They will send specific targeted traffic to that website. Then they will close the sale. And the pure genius of this is we never have to touch or speak to any of the clients, because the company will do all that for us. But hold on a minute. They pay you for every customer that comes on board. Now, everyone seems to look at it and go, hold on a minute, that doesn't actually sound right. But actually, this system is genius, absolute genius, because you're going to have a customer that will come on board just to use certain types of the products that we have. And we have over 50, as Charles has mentioned. But it's going to come on board and it's going to start using the products. And in the top box, there's a little button that says, this is your virtual wallet. And this is your O wallet. Now that virtual wallet is going to say, by the way, Mr. Customer, if you become a reseller like the rest of us, you can have that money there. Now you're getting paid to use these products. So you're going to get paid to use social media. You're going to get paid to use your emails. You're going to get paid to use the other services, perhaps that today you might not use, but sooner or later that you will use. And now, who in their right mind wants to leave a company where they're getting paid to use the products instead of having to pay for the products? Absolute genius. But it's like a light bulb. I know if I press on, the light bulb comes on. I don't have to know how electricity works. I turn it on, I turn it off. That's exactly the same with OnPassive. Everything is automated and everything's done for you. So the simplicity of this and the genius of it is amazing. Hope that helps, guys.
I hope so too. Well, for us, Andy, all of us have had that moment, right? We know what's up. So we're just asking our guests that we're doing our best to get you to see the picture, right? And I have tried to bring a bunch of people up. Somehow I can't seem to get them. Marina, maybe you'll do a better job. Maybe you have that golden touch, right? And I've seen a couple of them here at Senge, Ethel. You girls should, I've brought in Milanka and Stanley. You can go ahead and have them come in any order that you want.
Sure, I'll give you the honors. Ethel, you can go ahead and start. You're muted.
Okay.
Milanka, you want to put on your camera so that you can be seen. You are already on, and unmute yourself and ask your question. Your camera is still off.
Yeah, people that had their hand raised, that's the icon that shows that your hand is raised. That it means that you're wanting to ask a question. We've asked to promote you to the panel. If you find yourself on the panel, please unmute yourself and ask your question. And maybe turn your video on as well so we can see who you are. Thanks.
Okay.
Yay, Casey. Let's go with Casey because the video's on.
Casey, you're muted.
Unmute yourself, Casey. Unmute yourself.
I had done that. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, hi. Good evening. I've just come in a little late, and I just wanted to be filled in on the basics of how the company is going to work, because I think I get the concept, but not quite right. So I want somebody to just catch me up really quickly on, because I had the earlier speaker saying that there will be 300 US dollars to pay, and a 97. And then we're getting paid to use our domain. Do we? Yeah. Can somebody just clarify that for me, please? I'm sorry I came in a little late because I was painting. God, trying to sell my house.
Okay.
Can somebody just fill me up? Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, go on, Marina. Okay, so we had to become a founder. There's a one-off payment of $97. If you use a credit card, there's an extra $5 credit card fee.
Right.
You can use Bitcoin and there's a Cash App as well. But I would strongly recommend that you use a credit card. Now that's to become a founder. Now when we launch, and as Charles mentioned earlier, we are in pre-launch and shortly to go to what we would class as a VIP launch. In other words, the company will allow us as founders to start utilizing the products or several of the products that it has. And at the beginning of October, we will know a schedule because our CEO has decided to take a trip. Firstly, he's going to drive around the States and have various meetings and launch various products in the States, and then he's going to come across to Europe, and hopefully he'll get to South Africa as well, Marina. But at that point, when we go to global launch, there will be one further payment, and that payment will be between $200 and $300. Now, again, as Charles mentioned earlier, and I've mentioned the company's going to go to work for us to provide us with customers. And once we have 3 direct customers, that monthly is that subscription is then covered by the commission that's coming in. Now, there is going to be such a massive influx of customers in a very, very short period of time. And then again, let me give you an example. Last year, they did a test to see how long it would take to get 1 million opt-ins. That's people putting their telephone numbers, names, and email addresses into a capture page to say, yes, I'm interested in your products. Now, at that point, they didn't use artificial intelligence, but it took OnPassive 4 days. 4 days. Now, with the artificial intelligence, that could come down to as little as 4 hours. So there's going to be a massive influx of customers. So you only out of pocket twice. That's the 97 to become a founder. And once we launch, one further payment of between $200 and $300. That's it. Does that help?
Yeah, and so that's very clear. The next question for me was, I heard you saying that there'll be a domain name, or I'll be selling products every time. Can you just explain that bit?
So
please?
yeah, if you don't have a business already, OnPassive will go to work for you. So what it will create for you is your own domain name. It will drive with the OnPassive products, and it will drive traffic to the website it creates for you. And then it will close us. So any customer that then goes onto your website that OnPassive has created for you for OnPassive, customers will come on board. They will sign up and become part of your group, and OnPassive will then pay you for those customers that come on board.
So I need to have a business.
No.
No?
No.
I think the
OnPassive becomes the business.
Right, and the truth is, if she missed the presentation, it's gonna be hard to get it. That's why I will take the time and put it where we put it. So I think the best thing to do is for her to get a recording, because we do have a recording. Okay. So you will send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, right? And say, hey, I want a recording of the webinar for September 28th. Okay. And they will send it to you. So you want to write that down?
Right. Okay. So OnPassive
Nation, one word. OnPassive, like a country. OnPassive Nation. Let me put on the chat.
Oh, OnPassive Nation. Right. Okay, I'm with you now.
OnPassive Nation.
No chat.
It's on the chat. Okay.
There's no chat.
Oh, there's no
I
chat.
don't see a
God,
chat.
I forgot.
Yeah.
OnPassivenation@gmail.com.
At
gmail.com. And you would just say, please, I want the recording for the guest webinar of September 28th. And we will send it to you on that email. And then you can listen to it. I'm pretty sure about 90-95% of your questions will be answered. But because to explain the concept now, it's going to be hard. And let me tell you something also. And that's also for every guest that's out here, okay? Now, Richard Branson is the founder of Virgin Galacticos, Virgin Atlantic, and he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, you're not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn about it later, okay? This is an amazing opportunity. And by the way, your $97 is refundable after 30 days, by the way. Okay? So my advice to you is get back to whoever invited you. Hey, this is an amazing opportunity. I want to say yes. I want to learn about it. Pay your $97, okay? Get that recording, listen to it. Come back on Saturday. We'll have the same webinar on Saturday. If you have questions, after listening, we're gonna bring you up to the panel, okay? Even though it's your second webinar, we will consider you as a guest. Even though you just signed up, we will consider you as a guest. We will bring you up on Saturday, and then let's see how many questions you have at that time. And then guess what happens on Monday? Oh, by the way, maybe before Monday, our CEO is fond of having meetings with us to give us updates. It is possible that either Thursday or Friday, he's gonna call an update meeting, but it's for founders only. So if that happens, you're eligible to attend that meeting. And I guarantee you, after that meeting, you'll be unable to sleep.
Excellent.
Okay? So that's my advice to you.
Okay. No, I mean, thank you very much. That's how the guy that's the Amazon guy started and all that. So hey, there we are. Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay.
Thank you so much, leaders. Thank you, Andy. You did a great, very good job there explaining to Cassie. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Mr. Charles, Mr. Oliver. I want to acknowledge all the leaders here. In the meantime, we're going to be taking on Samudram. Samudram has his video open already. Thank you for doing that, sir. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. This is Samudram Nagaravi Krishna from Nigeria. I'm from India actually. My question is, everybody listening me?
Yes, we're listening. Are you a guest or a founder?
Yes, yeah, I'm a founder.
Okay, this webinar today is for guests, okay? We do have founder-only webinars every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, right? In fact, yesterday we had one, we were there for like, what, 6 hours, Marina? We take almost every question, right? Today is for our guests, right?
Okay, sir. Can I ask
Mr. Samudram? Mr. Charles, just said this webinar is for guests only. We take questions only from guests, so you can come back on Monday and ask your questions.
Okay, so let me explain to the guests and maybe the founders why we don't take questions from founders on guest webinars, right? It can throw the guest off. We don't have time for that. You can come in and say, oh, well, I lost my password, or I can't recover my password, or I tried to do this, I can't. That would require us to go to the back office and show you proprietary information, which is not necessary. We don't want our guests to get lost at this point in time. That is why we take the time every Monday and we go through our back office, founders only, who have signed an NDA, and we show everything. That's all. And I don't think that's so hard, my friend. Today it is a guest webinar. Sorry about that.
Sorry, sir. I think Sister Ethel, can you take him out of the panel list so that. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. And this goes for everyone on the webinar today. Please make sure you know that this webinar is for guests only. Only the guests are authorized to ask questions. If you do have a question, ask a founder. Please come back tomorrow, Monday, same time, and your questions will be answered. In the meantime, please, if you're already a panelist from the guest list, you've been promoted to the panelist list, and you want to ask a question, make sure your video is open. We need to see you while you're asking that question, please. And at this time, I'm going to call on Stanley Gitao. Stanley, I need your microphone opened and your video so we can see you. Stanley, are you there? Okay, I'm seeing Julia, Julius. I see your photo. I need to see your video. If you're there, please open your microphone and your video. Julius.
Yeah, so what we have noticed in the past is that some people raise their hands unintentionally. Right. So maybe one of those, okay?
Yeah. And let me just piggyback on you right there. Guys, if your hand is raised and you do not have a question, please lower your hand so we know who has a question to ask today. Mugabo Jean-Pierre, are you there? If you have a question, please open your microphone and we need to see you on video.
I'm there, but I'm satisfied for the others, what they are asking. Me, I'm satisfied.
Oh, you're satisfied? Okay, Sister Ethel, can you please take him off? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Actually, that's what we need from all the guests on the webinar. If your question has been answered, please let us know so we don't have to do it way more than once. Okay, Uloma Akoma is on. Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Evening. Okay, my name is Uloma Akoma. You just modeled the name, but it's fine.
Sorry if I butchered your name.
Okay, I think I gained a whole lot of things from the presentation. I didn't get the name of the presenter. I think Mr. Charles. Thank you so very much. I learned a lot, even for some other businesses that I do. The onset, but honestly, I didn't really get a grasp of what I'm actually supposed to do now as for how to join the business. I got the amount, 90-something dollars, 97 or there, but what next step to do? I didn't get that. And then I want to ask, is there any of the products or services of this particular company that will enable me market my real products? Like I sell some real products like supplements, soap and all that. So is there any particular product of the company that could enable me market this online, like raise online traffic for my business, among all other services that you offer? So thank you so very much. I think you people are doing a wonderful job while I listened for the response to my 2 questions.
Thank you so much.
I'll take the first question, and then someone else can take the second part. To register, and I'm so glad that you realize you need to get in. Obviously, somebody invited you to this presentation. Just get back to them and ask them for their registration link, and then you can sign up with them. And once you've paid, you'll get access to the founders only back office, and there's a lot of information. It's very, very exciting. So you just got to get back to the person who invited you and then ask them for their registration link. And preferably, if you can pay by debit or credit card, it will be $102, as there's a $5 admin fee, but your access is immediate. If you use Bitcoin or Cash App or one of the other, it takes a few hours to a few days. So that would be my recommendation. And I'm not sure if Oliver wants to take the second question.
Yeah, for your second question that you have some products, that the answer is yes. We do have e-commerce and e-commerce and OMA that if you are a founder, you'll be part of it. No, so if your business is legal, then you can hook it up with e-commerce. Now they'll be able to send traffic to your business. So the first thing, come in to be a founder. When you are a founder, then you have access to all our products. You will use the products, and you're also a founder. And for that answer is yes. And your business has to be legitimate and legalized.
Okay, great answer. Let me add something to it. She said that, oh, Uloma. Yeah, so just to add to what Oliver has just said, okay. I don't know how savvy you are with the tools, but the tools that OnPassive is building for all of us, very simple tools, okay? Plug and play. You're gonna use those tools and build our website and send traffic to us. You can use it too, if you want to, right? So OnPassive is using it, so it's like they give you the tools, they use the tools to do our business for us, but the tools are also available if you want to do more. Are you with me? So you have the ability to maybe go read through it if you want to read through, but it's easy, plug and play. Okay, you click a button, website is built, you know, that kind of stuff. So you can use those tools. Now, another big advantage we have, in addition to e-commerce and Oliver mentioned OMart. Now, OMart is one of OnPassive's products, right? What is that about? That is, you come in, you are selling lotion, soap, or whatever, and you can put it in your mart, in your platform, in your link. And the other founders, right, can be able to see that and say, oh, Uloma is selling this and I need it. Uloma is selling that and I need it. You see what I mean? In addition to all the other things that the company is going to be doing for you, right? Now, also, what is happening here is this. OnPassive builds our website for us. OnPassive advertises those products that I mentioned. If you were here from the beginning, how do they advertise it? They send targeted traffic, right? Now, you can decide, I'm having X amount of traffic going to my OnPassive business. But what if I want to send 0.5x or 0.25x or 0.75x? You can divide that traffic any way you want, okay? Send some to your OnPassive business, send the other to your own business. It's up to you. So we have all that possibility, okay? You'll find out more. You learn more as you go along, and you're gonna get extremely excited.
Thank you so much, leaders. Ms. Ulwoma, do you have any other questions for us? You're muted. You need to open your microphone, please.
I'm okay, thank you. I'm okay, and I'm hoping that we could get some assistance as we go in things that we don't understand. Because for me, I'm not very IT savvy, like I said, but I'm hoping that we'll have a guide, we'll have some friends along the line like to direct us. Thank you so very much.
There will actually be videos on each of the products so that you can get an indication as to how they work. But they are, as Charles pointed out, plug and play. Now, I'm not technically minded in any way, shape, or form, but they're going to be nice and simple for me. But have a look on the website as well, www.onpassive.com, because that'll give you a very good indication of just a number of the products that are getting ready already, and there are, or will be, certainly over 50 of them.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you, Mr. Charles, Mr. Oliver. While my co-host is bringing on people here on the panelist list, I want to make sure that you understand this. When you are asked to come on board, please try to open your video so we can see you. It'll be easier than us repeating ourselves here. And at this point, Uloma is going to be taken off the board, and we're going to have Uche to open their microphone and the video, please. Uche? Uche, if you're there, we need to see you and hear you.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, is that Mr. Uche?
Yeah, this is Uche.
Okay, we cannot see you though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. There's no power right now, so they just interrupted the power supply, so I'm so sorry about that. Yes. But I know the video is on now.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good evening. I'm greeting you guys from Nigeria. Yeah. There is a question someone asked a few minutes back. I think Casey. She asked a question for a little recap of what was being discussed before she joined late, and it was Andy that answered her question. So he said something that I don't really understand, so I need a clarification on that aspect. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So he said that after the original cost to become a founder is $97 plus $5 fee. That is $102. And he said after global launch, there's going to be one further payment of $200 to $300 maximum. Now, the question there is, this further payment, is it for the founders or for those that are yet to become a founder? Because in a previous webinars, they said, or somebody that invited me said, after the global launch, there will be no any other founder's position. So I don't understand. That's one more further payment. Is it meant for which classification of persons?
Were you here in the beginning though? Did you hear my presentation?
No, sir.
Okay, I can tell, yeah. Because the reason I ask these things, I want to make sure I get all the main points in my presentation. And somebody who comes from beginning to end, I am sure will not ask that question. So, and if the question reveals that I'm missing something, I'll modify it, okay? So you came late also, so I think what I want you to do, also send email to onpassivenation@gmail.com.
Okay.
Did you get it right? Can you write that down?
Yeah.
onpassivenation@gmail.com and say, please send me the recording of the guest webinar on September 28th, and we will send it to you. But let me just answer your question briefly, because even though I'm answering your question, you still have a lot to learn. That's why I want you to listen to that webinar, okay?
All right.
So basically that money, and I said in the presentation, makes us customers. So every founder of OnPassive comes out of pocket twice. Every founder, twice in your lifetime. The first time you pay $97. That is what differentiates you from somebody who is not a founder. Remember, I said there are almost 8 billion people on earth, right? So if nobody pays, it means 8 billion people will be a founder, correct? No, that's not what we want. Okay, in America, we'll call it skin in the game, right? That money gives you skin in the game. That's the reason you are different from all those 8 billion people. Okay, now when we launch, we're going to come out of pocket one last time. And our CEO says between $200 to $300. The only reason is because he has a heart for humanity. He doesn't want to charge $1 more than he would love, more than he has to. Okay, and they are waiting to get the total overhead cost for the business before they put a fixed price on it, right? They just know they can estimate between that amount. But he's going to make sure it is the lowest price possible. He could easily just say $300. He could say that. What's wrong with that? But he didn't, right? So in your mind, just make sure you have that much money. When we launch, it makes you a customer. So what that does, that money activates your account. Now, they are going to use that money to build your website. They are going to use that money to send traffic to your website using artificial intelligence. Driving traffic is expensive, right? So that is what that money is for. If you don't pay that money, that means your account is not yet active. That means that you don't even have a website. And because you don't have a website, they can't even put the products on your website, okay? They can't even drive traffic or send customers to your website. So that money jumpstarts your business. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but go back and listen to that video, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you, Mr. Uche. At this time, we're going to take Bart from Israel. Hodaya.
Yes, greetings to all of you.
Welcome,
Greetings, everyone. Yes, I'm Hodaya about Israel. Hope you're all great. I am sorry that I came on a little bit late. It's my second or is it third time on, actually. And I can see that this is a company that is really going to be huge. And, you know, I haven't really seen a full presentation, but I have about 10 people to invite to see the presentation. So I'm asking, when will there be another presentation? And of course, I'd like to invite them before the launch. So that's my question, actually. When can I invite them on to see a full presentation?
Yes, I have an advice for you, Hodaya. The next presentation, by the way, is Saturday, okay? Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. I don't know if you're in Israel. I don't know what time it is in Israel, but it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means in Washington, D.C., New York, it's going to be 11 a.m. I'm not sure what time that will be in Israel.
Okay.
Now,
well, I can get them on.
Yes,
but I will be in a webinar myself. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Charles.
Here's my advice for you, though. Have you signed up? Are you a founder yet?
I have signed up. I have signed up.
Okay, great.
You know, a friend told me about it from you start.
Oh, okay. So you've signed up, you've signed the NDA, right?
Yes, I've signed up,
Okay, good. I was
Charles.
going to say you need to sign up ASAP. But now that you've signed up, that is good. The link for the Saturday will be in our back offices, right? Well, first of all, we're going to put out a flyer. We're going to put out a link that you can send to your people for Saturday.
Okay. Okay, I will send them, but I will be on a Zoom myself.
I know,
but I will send all 10 of them, 10,
yes.
12 of them.
Do you know how to log into your back office, your virtual office?
Are you going to tell me? Actually, I'm sure my sponsor will tell me, Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they need to tell you immediately. In fact, if possible, they should put you in some of our groups like Telegram, Facebook, so that you can get communication, right? You don't want to be left out. This is a big thing. It's a big deal.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, leaders. Thank you, Bart from Israel. And we're looking forward to you bringing your guest at the other guest webinar on Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. At this time, we're going to take Mirth Lane. Mirth Lane from Miami. Are you there? One of the best places to be at this time, right? During summer. Mirth Lane, are you there?
Someone has a video.
Absolutely. I have gotten some videos open already. So you want to call the ones that have their videos open.
Namtha. It's a little darker. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Kize? Nkize. Is that, yes, sir? All right, we can see your hand. There you go, ma'am. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Please open your microphone so we can hear you.
Oh, I am well. I am a founder. My hand goes up by Zoom. I'm not the one who put my hand up. So I'm just listening for education.
Oh, okay.
So yes, Senge, I've noticed Madeline, she's in every webinar, so she's active. And for some reason, every time she comes on, her hand goes up. So I'm pretty sure her Zoom is acting up.
Maybe her settings.
All the time.
All the time, her hand goes up permanently. You put it down, it comes back up. So
exactly.
Note that name and you don't have to bring it up.
Again, right? Okay, Ms. Madeline, good to have you back. Okay, Mike, your turn. I think your video is on, even though it looks dark. Mike, you can open your microphone now, please. And you just turn off your video. Can you turn your video on one more time, please?
The video is on, but current situation I cannot.
Okay.
It's not visible. So
yes,
if it's fine
that's
with
an
you.
African challenge. We know that.
We're gonna fix that.
That's deep. Yeah, I wanted to ask. There is a person I just invited, and she paid the fee for registration, but then the account is not seen yet. It's not yet activated. So I wanted to ask if maybe you guys are experiencing that problem these days, because the account is not seen, as in she paid a note. She's also been told to talk to the support team and send the bank slip, I think. Things like that.
Thank you, Mike. All right. I think we got your question. Someone has paid, but it doesn't reflect that they have paid, right?
Yeah. For like 3 weeks now.
Michael, did they pay using debit or credit card or different Bitcoin or Cash App?
Credit card, I think.
Okay, just make sure, because sometimes there would be an error message every now and then that happens where it says payment failed, but it actually has gone through. So ask them to log in again. If they see their NDA, then they just need to sign the NDA and they'll be able to get through. But just make sure that the actual amount has come off their card, off their bank, in the bank statement.
Yeah,
because normally that's
Okay, so
we had even sent the banks, as in they paid
Okay,
the paid results has also been seen.
Okay, that's why we have founders only webinars, right? You must be a founder, Mudingwa. You must be a founder. Yeah. Okay. That's why we have founders only webinars, so we can explain this and all the founders should understand. Okay. The way banks operate is a programming logic. When you have a card, okay, just think about it. You have a card and you go online and you make a payment instantly. Your bank has not seen it. It hasn't seen the money yet. That transaction hasn't gone to the bank, but there is an application logic that says, hey, Mr. So-and-so has made a payment for $102, so block it, okay? And then, so that money is blocked and secured. And then after a day or two, if the other party doesn't take the money out, then release it again, okay? So it may show, once you do it, it's gonna show that it's been taken. That doesn't mean it has been taken. You may have payment failed because there is a timing in between, it failed. Now with 2-3 days, it will come back to your bank account, okay? Now, we have also seen sometimes when it says payment failed, but like Marina says, it actually went through. You go, you log in, and you are in. If you wait 2-3 days, and that is still, the money doesn't come back, you still cannot log in, contact support. That's why we have technical support. And this is why this is not the right platform for those kind of questions. Because someone might have to go to the back office and show you, okay, here's how you go to contact support, here's what you do. And it involves proprietary information that we don't want our guests to see.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so wait a few days, okay? If it doesn't come, if it doesn't go through, come back on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be there, Marina will be there, a lot of us are gonna be there, and we will make sure you are taken care of, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mike Mulinga. And at this time, we are going to be taking Jean de Dieu. Bonsoir, bonjour. Open your microphone, please. We cannot hear you.
Yes, good evening. Yes, I am in Rwanda, in Africa. Yes, there is someone sending me this location. Guys, I would like to thank you. This is an opportunity to be with you. So when you come in Africa, I will be the one of yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Are you a founder?
No, I'm the first. There is someone sending me this to join. I join now.
Okay, go back to that person. Say, listen, I think it's a good business. I want to be part of it.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much. I guess he just had a statement to make. That's good. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the family. Okay, co-host, can you take him off so we know who's left? And at this point, George, hiya. Hey, George, how you doing? Come on board.
Unmute, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Unmute.
Unmute.
Josh, we cannot hear you. You need to open your microphone, please. You opened it and you shut it down again. So go ahead and open it again, sir.
Just click on it one time. That's it. You're good.
Now we can see you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You're doing a great job. Thank you for the information. And those who are not ready to join, I hope when they hear this, they are going to join. Obviously, OnPassive is the ultimate answer. You gave an email address that is onpassivemission@gmail.com. I did send a mail there. Unfortunately, the mail delivery told me that the message is not delivered because we cannot find that address. And what I wrote there was OnPassive, MISSION @gmail.com. So
okay, you wrote it. Okay, take a pen and write it down correctly. That was incorrect. So take a pen. Let me give it to you. Take a pen and a piece of paper.
Okay, sir. You can go on.
So OnPassive, ON, right? PASSIVE. Okay. Nation, like a country. N as in Nancy. A as in Apple. T as in Tom. I as in Ivory. Okay. Nation is N as in Nancy. A Apple. T as in Tom. I as in Ivory. O as in Orange. N as in Nancy. Nation. OnPassive nation @gmail. And that is one word, okay? That OnPassive nation is one word.
Okay, sir.
You don't
My
separate,
second
no space.
question. My second question is, a client sent money to me to register her. And obviously I did register her.
Hold on. Are you a founder?
Yes, I'm a founder.
Okay. Can you come back on Monday?
The issue about the registration is that her email is not responding. That's
okay,
just my problem.
So yeah, what error message do you get?
The error mistake I get is that she cannot verify her email. For me to pay for her.
So when you send the email, did the email go through?
Yes, I did, but to verify the email by her could not be verified.
She could not verify it. Why? Can she log into her email?
She did log in.
Okay,
she
did not see the email, well. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Again, it comes back to
no.
She
saw the email, but the email could not be delivered. That is, it could not be activated for me to continue the registration.
Okay, that means she did not see the email.
That
if
is
she
to
sees
pay.
the email, if she sees the email, she'll click on it, right?
She did click on the link.
And then what happened?
The email link, it didn't respond. It didn't go for me to be able to open her account and pay, activate her account.
George, let's not go on and on. This is a guest webinar. That's a founder type question because it requires us to do some things that are not for guests. However, what you can do, go to gofounders.net, okay? And then you will see resend verification link. Resend verification link. Click on it, put her email address all over. There's something called captcha. You put that in, click submit. They're going to send it all over and you guys can do it again. If that doesn't work, again, guys, this is a guest-only webinar. We do not expect any founders to come here and ask questions. But if that doesn't work, come back on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to get you straight, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry for bringing that question.
Okay, right.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. George.
Thank you. And that's all.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for being here. At this time, we're going to call PR, I don't know if it's Professor, Evans Owosu Darko. Darko, you there? We need your video open, please. Thank you, sir.
Can you please hear me?
Yes, please, we can.
Yeah. I'm a founder, but I just listened to Mr. Awesome, and the submission he made right now have made me reverse my hand raise. So I will bring my question to our founders meeting next time. Thank you.
All right, great. See you on Monday, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Patrick, your turn. You're muted, so you need to open your microphone, please.
Okay. Greeting to everybody. Yes. Yeah, it's very good to be
with you on this webinar. I just want to give you well done, and I have no question, but all I want to say is all the leaders, what you are doing for us to be understanding things that sometimes we find it difficult, but through your time and how you have a time to explain things to us, it's a pleasure. So I just want to give my pleasure to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, sir, for being here. Appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Mike, you're welcome. Michael Akar, please open your microphone.
I think that's the last one, eh?
Michael?
That's going down the stretch. Michael, are you there?
Michael Akar? Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, I don't think he is there because I've tried to get him to open his microphone several times and it's not coming on.
Okay, that's it. There's
one hand just came back on.
No, Ethel, you have to be vigilant. That same hand.
J. Julius.
Yeah, just like Mifflin, the one we just said, it's the same scenario, okay?
Okay, I had not seen the person's name. I just saw a hand come up.
Yeah, J. Julius
so I had to go check.
Has been here many times, not just today, many times, and the hand is up and she never comes. Good. So I keep lowering her hand and it keeps coming back up.
Okay, so I guess we're done with the guest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, leaders, take it on. Take it over. I'm sorry.
Anybody want to say a word or two before we wrap this up?
Yes, that was great. Great questions. Okay. Sorry, thanks. Sorry, Oliver. This was awesome. Just get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. Get registered, sign up as soon as possible. You don't want to be left behind. This is a fantastic opportunity, life-changing. Thank you from me from South Africa. Good night.
Yes,
yeah, I want to just to thank all the guests that that came here today, and that please, like Marina just said, go and meet the person that invited you here and make sure you sign in. Like Mr. Charles just said that what Richard Branson just said 2 years back, that if somebody introduce a business to you, get in, then you know, then you can go now to review, to understand the business. And I would like to also tell all the guests, please go to the website, onpassive.com. You have a lot of information there. The products are there. You will know more about the products. This business is about the products, and the products are going to like help you to understand better, so that before you come to any webinar, or you know, you have a pre-knowledge about what this business is all about. And this is, anybody that introduced this business to you is a favor. It's a favor. Know that that person loves you, that person likes you, and that person value, you know, and wants you to be a millionaire, or to guarantee your future financially, and you're going to have your financial freedom, because this is a business that you will never see it again. You will never see it again. That they will drive traffic on your drive traffic on your network. You have your own domain. Then you sit, money comes in, or apples comes in. So please come on board. When you come on board, then you have access to our back office. Then you can know more about the business. But let me say it again: go to onpassive.com. Go to onpassive.com. There are a lot of information there. You see the products, you understand the products, and the market. We do have it. The market will not fail you. OnPassive is in more than 200 countries all over the world. So guess what? That is going to happen. That the CEO is going to drive traffic to your domain. And you have your own website that you can do anything that you want to do with it. You know, the products are there for you to use, like OConnect, Opal. They are there for you to use, and you make money also from it. And this is a subscription-based business. This is a subscription-based business. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, go ahead, Andy. No, it's all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. No worries. Can I just say the once you get the light bulb moment, like the rest of us on this panel and many other of the leadership council, the leaders and other founders, we all know we're sorted. As far as finance is concerned, we all know that we're going to be sorted. And one of the things that really interests me is we have a product called OBless. OBless will be the largest crowdfunding opportunity the world has ever seen. That means that we will be able to help thousands and thousands, millions of others. You know, if you think about it, if we've got 1 million founders and they each offered $1 from our income that we're going to get from OnPassive every month, that's $1 million dollars to every single opportunity out there to help others. It's an incredible system that this man Ashman Farrow has created, and I'm pleased as punch that I'm part of it. Thanks, Senge.
Right. Okay. I guess that brings us to the end of this meeting. And our next one again is Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you who are going to be joining today or tomorrow, joining anytime from today, and you have loved ones that you want to bless, like Andy just said, you want to bless some loved ones, you can bring them in on Saturday, because the truth is you won't be able to explain it just yet. Okay? It takes time to be able to master the business. All of us, or most of us, have been here very, very long. That's why we can explain it, right? And we are willing to sacrifice our time to explain it to your folks, so that help you build your team, if you, and more importantly, help you get your loved ones to be financially free, right? Saturday, 11 a.m. That's it, twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays. On Mondays, we have founders only webinars. So once you become a founder, you really want to attend those webinars. Also, our CEO every now and then calls a webinar. Now that we're getting closer and closer to launch, chances are we're going to be having one every week with our CEO. Chances are we're going to have one this week with our CEO by the end of the week. So you can only attend it if you are a founder. So jump on board, okay, and start feeling the heat, start getting the vibes like we are getting, you know, getting the excitement, okay? And having said that, have a great day, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you guys again on Saturday. Bye to everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a good week.
Bye.